This is Constantinople, the capital of the Byzantine Empire, the strongest Christian stronghold in the East. A city of power, of wealth, of history stretching back over 1,000 years. For centuries, Constantinople stood unmatched, protected by the legendary Theodosian walls, massive layers of stone and defense, designed to stop any army that dared approach. At its heart stood the Hagia Sophia, a symbol of faith and the pride of an empire. It was beautiful. It was fortified. It was almost untouchable, but not invincible. Because before the Ottomans ever arrived, the city had already been broken. In 1204, during the Fourth Crusade, Western Crusaders turned against Constantinople itself. They invaded, looted, and left the city weakened, its defenses damaged, its power diminished. Constantinople survived, but it was never the same again. And now, 2 centuries later, a new force rises at its gates, led by a young and determined ruler, Mehmed II. He does not come with ordinary weapons. He comes with massive cannons, capable of shaking the very walls once thought unbreakable. He comes with fleets of naval forces, engineers, strategists, and an army driven by one goal: to take Constantinople. The walls still stand, the city still breathes, but this time the threat is different, because this is not just another siege. This is the beginning of the end. The siege has begun. Outside the walls of Constantinople, an army unlike any before it waits. Led by Mehmed II, young, determined, and ready to do what others could not. For weeks, the city is tested. Massive cannons fire again and again and again, each blast shaking the legendary walls that had stood for centuries. Inside the city, defenders fight to hold the line. Soldiers rush to repair the damage. Citizens carry stones, patching cracks, praying the walls will hold. But this time, the walls are no longer untouchable, because every shot brings them closer to breaking. And then, the unthinkable happens. The Ottomans find a way around the city's greatest defense. Their ships are dragged across land, bypassing the great chain of the Golden Horn, and suddenly the city is surrounded on all sides. Now there is no escape. Days turn into nights, and nights into fear. The final assault is coming. Before dawn, the attack begins. Wave after wave of soldiers crashing against the weakened defenses. The defenders fight back, desperately holding their ground for as long as they can. But numbers and power begin to overwhelm them. And then, a breach. A section of the wall finally gives way. The moment they feared the most has arrived. Enemy forces pour into the city. The streets, once full of life, become filled with chaos. People run, shouting, searching for safety, but there is nowhere left to hide. At the heart of it all stands the Hagia Sophia, a place where many gather hoping for protection. But the city has already fallen, and with it, an empire that lasted over 1,000 years comes to an end. In 1453, Constantinople became something else, the capital of a new empire. And from that moment, history would never be the same again.
If you find the video helpful, please like, share, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more dark history that echoes. Schools won't tell you, but I will. See you in my next video. Bye.